Hello, everyone. Welcome to my brand new YouTube channel called Rookie on Margin. My name is Susan, and in today's video, I'm just going to be showing you the past 2 weeks of me being fully invested and living out of my brokerage account. So, as of right now, I have $19,800 in my Robinhood account, and this money mainly came from my savings, which I moved over here, and a little bit came from my Fidelity taxable brokerage account as well. But yeah, this is pretty much it. And funds have finally settled these past 2 weeks, and I'm just now trying to get into the flow of living out of my brokerage account. I do want to give a shout out to Mike from Recycle Your Money because I really resonate with his philosophy of using growth ETFs, and he explains this so well on his channel. He has a lot of good videos that go in depth of this type of investment strategy as well, and I'll definitely leave a link to his channel in my description, and more than likely I'm going to be referring people to his video throughout my YouTube journey. The holdings I have in this account are QQQM, VT, VGT, and SPMO. VGT makes the most of my portfolio with 40%. SPMO makes about 30% of my portfolio. QQQM makes about 20% of my portfolio. And VT makes 10% of my portfolio. Before I even started doing this type of investment strategy, I was mainly focusing on saving in my retirement accounts. So basically, my job offers a 457B, which is like a 401k. And I was maxing that out, maxing out my Roth and maxing out my HSA. And any leftover money I would just put into my savings. That was kind of my approach. And that's kind of what I was doing before going all in. In general, I'm still kind of new to the investment world. I didn't really start taking investment super seriously until I would say beginning of this year. And after watching Mike's video from his channel, Recycle Your Money, it really resonated with me. And I decided I'm going to try it. And the thing about me is like, I'm the type of person that I can watch 100 YouTube videos. I can spend hours researching about something, but the best way for me to learn something is to apply it. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just applying what I'm trying to figure out with this investment strategy. I am a rookie and I know I'm going to make mistakes, but kind of making mistakes it kind of helps me figure out how to quote unquote perfect this type of strategy. I definitely don't know everything. I'm not a financial expert at in no way, shape, or form. I just thought this is something that would be really cool to document and share with other people. Cause you never know. There could be other people kind of in my shoes who kind of want to like dabble in this, or it could even be beneficial for me because people who are more experienced in this can give me tips and can give me advice. And I can also just look back on this in the future and see how far I've come because I do expect my portfolio to grow. And I'm just kind of excited. I want to document my journey and I'm excited to where it's going to take me. So I have been trying to get used to the Robinhood platform. Before Robinhood, my main brokerage was Fidelity. So I'm still trying to get the hang of just the user interface and getting from point A to point B. But so far, so good. I am also trying to get used to moving margin in and out of my account. I do have Robinhood Gold, so that gives me a $1,000 interest free and margin use, which I think is really nice. As you can kind of see with my margin status, I am at low risk. So I am 73% above my maintenance. I do ideally want to be higher than that, around 80, 90%, but I'm just kind of getting into the flow of using margin and paying it off. So to put kind of what I'm doing in a very, very simplistic manner, I am using my credit cards to pay my bills. And I am paying off my credit cards with margin. And when I get my income from my job, I will be using my paycheck to pay down margin. And so I'm just kind of doing a rinse and repeat. I want to pay my margin off in full for now, keep paying it off in full. And then once the market dips a lot, then I'm going to use more margin and just be more aggressive with my margin use. I do have a list here called Dip Watchers, and the only ETF here is VU. And the reason why I have that is because VU tracks the S&P 500, and I am tracking to see when the S&P 500 will dip below 10%. And when it dips below 10%, that's when I'm going to really go heavier on my margin usage. And for those of you who may not know, margin is risky. So if you've never used it, or if you're someone like me starting to use it, I would be overly cautious before attempting to go all in. I would definitely do research before using margin, because there is a risk of getting margin called. And when you get margin called, you can lose your assets, because margin is basically borrowing from your assets. So you're using your assets as collateral to get the margin. So that's something I would be overly cautious if you're someone new like me who's trying to start this investment strategy. Again, I don't know everything. I guarantee you I will make mistakes. I guarantee it. But honestly, I prefer to make mistakes when I'm around 19,800 than when I get to six figures, hopefully seven figures. Right now, I think is the best time for me to make mistakes rather than wait till I get more money and then make these mistakes. So yeah, I just really want to be transparent. Again, this is my brand new YouTube channel. I'm still going to be figuring out how to do the YouTube thing. I'm going to be very transparent. I'm not here to show like I know what I'm doing. And I'm just going to be just very raw, very honest. I may make dumb mistakes that seem very obvious, but that's part of the learning process. I'm not scared to make mistakes because, again, that's how I learn. I'm not scared to make mistakes. I welcome making mistakes, but I would definitely love for the community to give me advice, or if someone else is in my shoes, maybe I can be the guinea pig for anyone in my shoes who wants to try something like this. I could be a guinea pig to kind of just look at what I'm doing, and anything that I'm doing wrong, don't do it. So yeah, I definitely thought this would be an interesting journey to document. And yeah, I wish everybody well on their investment journey, honestly. I want everyone to succeed in their investment journey. And this is something that's accessible to everyone. And I just want to increase awareness. We all can be financially free. And that's kind of the positivity I want to spread to everyone. We all can achieve financial success. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to my video. I will try to post more. Again, I'm sorry I'm not a YouTube savvy yet, but I'm kind of excited to get started on this journey and hear what people have to say, hear what the community has to say. So thank you so much for watching me to the end of the video. I will see you guys next time, or I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.